This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. It's Friday, October 1st. Earlier today, Judge Jasperson's courtroom had a hearing, and it's the ongoing preliminary hearing for 3 defendants accused of murdering Roy Jaggers, and that has come to an end. The judge has found that there is sufficient evidence for the case to proceed into district court. For a summary of the past 2 days of court proceedings, here's Matthew Davis.
The purpose of the past 2 days in court was for the state to present evidence that will be used in the cases against Brad Main, Kevin Dent, and Heather Pate in the murder of Roy Jaggers. Even though this was an evidentiary hearing, there was still plenty of raw emotion on display during court proceedings.
Oh, that is not the picture I saw.
Well, I apologize. I was told it was.
Okay, but who else?
Who else? I'm not sure. I don't understand the question. Who else?
I need a name, and if you have it, contact information.
That is the contact information.
I get it. You gave me one. You said there was.
What do you mean? He's the one that runs the show out there. There's other workers out there. You're gonna drag them into it?
Betcha.
How is that gonna?
Your Honor, this is clearly, undeniably harassing this witness. They don't have any basis to support what it is that they're doing. They now have, give me every name and number. Give me every name and phone number that you have in your phone book, Mr. Ward.
This is what my family doesn't want either.
At yesterday's court proceedings, multiple witnesses were called to the stand to deliver testimony, including a medical examiner from the Clark County Coroner's Office and Norman Mollett, an acquaintance of Brad Main. Mollett gave damning testimony where he alleges that Main told him that they assaulted Roy Jaggers and that the defendants may have gone too far.
Can I just say exactly what he told me?
Please.
Okay. He said we caught a chomo and we wanted to teach him a lesson. We beat the crap out of him, but I think we've gone too far. And I said, is he still alive? And he said, yes. I said, then take him.
The cause of death was shotgun wounds.
And with regard to that, how many shotgun pellets were you able to identify within the decedent's body?
There were multiple shotgun pellets. I recall over 30, approximately 34.
There was plenty of incriminating evidence that was presented by the District Attorney's Office yesterday and today. But Kirk Vito of the District Attorney's Office summed up the state's prosecution in the most direct way possible.
Just heard about some surveillance video from the defendant Heather Pate's house. He's the one that went through that surveillance video, where the video that I just referenced as an offer of proof was recovered from. I think that's important. Showing the victim bloodied, battered, and beaten at her house prior to being put in the vehicle and transported to Nye County is pretty important, valuable evidence.
After a brief back and forth with Judge Jasperson and defense attorneys, the judge determined there was probable cause to forward this trial to district court. The next date for the defendants will be November 5th in district court here in Pahrump.
The state has met its burden of proof in this matter to determine that a public offense was committed and that the people that are here accused of that public offense did commit that. So I believe that by the margin of slight or marginal evidence that is required to provide that at this juncture, that I am going to bind these defendants over, all 3 of them, to the district court to answer said charges.
Well, Nye County Sheriff Sharon Worley has posted a message on social media today to inform the public about a health concern that she is bravely battling.
I'm Sharon Worley. As your sheriff, I've prided myself for being as transparent as possible in all sheriff's office areas during my administration. In my opinion, my health is one of those quasi-transparent areas because I must meet the medical standards annually, the same as any of my sworn deputies, to operate as a working sheriff in this state. First, I want to assure you I have been certified fit for duty. I completed the state-mandated medical examination requirements on September 24th, 2021, which included satisfying a cardiovascular treadmill exam. Second, yes, I went into the hospital in August for an intestinal blockage. The short story is the pathology report confirmed the blockage was cancerous, and I have received written pathology report around the 3rd week in September. The prognosis, according to the doctor, is favorable. I'm on a treatment plan. I received the first medications on September 29th with no side effects and was back in the office today, September 30th, 2021. At this time, none of my plans have changed. However, I am taking some precautions. Quite a few NCSO areas we're only one deep in knowledge. The objective is to level the playing field by standardizing knowledge and process familiarization among my command staff. That process has already begun and will continue through the end of this administration cycle. That's all for now. I will keep you updated if and when there are any significant changes. Thank you.
Well, a car collides with the Nye County school bus at a Pahrump intersection this morning. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and auxiliary units were dispatched to a 2-vehicle crash this morning on Charleston Park and Leslie Street. The vehicles involved were a gray sedan and a Nye County School District school bus. No students were on the bus at the time of the collision. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies diverted traffic around the scene while the investigation was being conducted. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were also dispatched to the scene to check out all occupants of the car and the bus, who all declined to be transported. Right after this break, we'll have the October 1 memorial service.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, 4 years ago today, Las Vegas became the site of the largest mass shooting in American history. 60 people died as a result of being shot by a lone gunman who fired more than 1,000 bullets into a concert crowd from his room on the 32nd floor at Mandalay Bay. This morning, Clark County, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Clark County Fire Department, and Vegas Strong Resiliency Center co-hosted a 1 October Sunrise Remembrance ceremony outside the Clark County Government Center.
Friday morning's 1 October Remembrance ceremony featured live music, the Southern Nevada Multi-Agency Honor Guard, a moment of silence for those lost at the October 1st, 2017 shooting on the Las Vegas Strip, and remarks from Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak, Metro PD Sheriff Joe Lombardo, Clark County Commission Chair Marilyn Kirkpatrick, and Deanne Hyatt, sister of Kurt Von Tillo, one of those who died that day. Matt Sky performed 4 years after, a song composed and released by Mark R. Johnson in conjunction with multi-Grammy Award winner Alan Parsons. Johnson says 4 years after reflects on what happened that tragic day and serves as a reminder that it remains the largest mass shooting in American history.
Here we are, 4 years after, treading tears and no more laughter, cradle lives that ache repair, still 4 years after.
In addition to this morning's Remembrance ceremony, Clark County is hosting a 1 October anniversary exhibit through next Thursday, October 7th, in the Rotunda Gallery, located on the first floor of the Clark County Government Center, which is open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 5:30. The exhibit, organized by Clark County's Parks and Recreation Department, features a display of quilts donated to the Resiliency Center for this year's quilt raffle for 1 October survivors, family members who lost loved ones, and first responders. Part of the exhibit is a display to inform the public of the ongoing work of Clark County's 1 October Memorial Committee, which was established by the Clark County Commission to gather input to build a permanent memorial that remembers those who perished in the attack honors survivors, first responders, and all those affected by the incident, and celebrates the resiliency of our community. This morning's Sunrise Remembrance was one of several #Vegas Stronger activities being held this year to honor victims and survivors and to highlight the community's unity and strength in the aftermath of 1 October. You can find more information about activities and events by visiting the Vegas Strong Resiliency Center's website at vegasstrongrc.org.
Well, Remote Area Medical, or RAM, will be in Pahrump this weekend, providing free dental, vision, and medical care for those that need it.
The two-day free clinic, in collaboration with Nye Communities Coalition, is being held at the Pathways Education Building on Mount Charleston Drive. Doors open at 6 a.m. each day, and all services are available on a first-come, first-served basis. To better accommodate the expected crowds, the patient parking lot will open no later than midnight tonight for Saturday appointments and midnight tomorrow night for patients seeking care on Sunday. As patients arrive, they'll be provided with additional information regarding the opening process and next steps. Each patient arriving early should also be prepared with their own food, water, and medicines. Bathrooms will be provided. Nye County resident Kathleen Brown was already in line early Friday afternoon.
I don't make enough money to pay. My insurance doesn't cover it. I make too much money to qualify for services. So this is an excellent opportunity, and I so appreciate all the people who volunteered to put this on. You know, this is such a blessing for all of us.
Member of the local RAM committee host group, Ryan Muccio, says our community is lucky to have RAM return for the 6th year.
We like to say it's no cost to everyone, all the individuals, but it's not free because there's a lot of sponsors that pay to make this happen. So there is no cost to anyone who's coming. You don't have to pay. There's no qualifications. We're not going to ask for your ID. We're not going to ask for your insurance. You just show up, wait in line. We're going to get you services. So RAM, Remote Area Medical, is an international nonprofit, and they bring all the equipment and all the expertise. And then us with Nye Communities Coalition, we're the local host group, and so we do a lot of fundraising throughout the year. It takes about $10,000 to put this clinic on, just from our local raising, and then about another $10,000 to $20,000 from the RAM side. So it's a big deal, but again, come down. It's completely free, no questions asked. We'll get you help.
And Muccio says the event could not happen without the support of hundreds of volunteers. Services available at the RAM Clinic include dental cleanings, dental fillings, dental extractions, dental x-rays, eye exams, glaucoma testing, eyeglasses made on site, women's health exams, mammogram vouchers, COVID-19 vaccines, flu vaccines, mental health services, including memory assessments from Healthy Brains, and general medical exams. Due to time constraints, patients should be prepared to choose between dental and vision services. Free medical services are offered in addition to dental or vision services to every patient attending the clinic. All RAM services are free and no ID is required. For more information about Remote Area Medical, you can visit their website at ramusa.org.
Thanks so much to all those volunteers that helped out such an important event. Well, we teased the story last night at the start of our sports segment, but we wanted to introduce you to rookie NASCAR driver Matt Jaggers. He races for MBM Motorsports in their number 66 Auto Parts for Less Toyota race car. This is his 6th race in the NASCAR Infinity Series. Normally a story about a rookie race car driver from Las Vegas racing at his hometown track would be pretty interesting. But as you're about to see, there was a very unique twist at how Matt decided to make his entrance to the Alsco 300 this past weekend at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. For more on the story, here's our special correspondent, Mike Young.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Young here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Alsco 302 in the Xfinity Series. What's unique about today is that Las Vegas local Matt Jaggers, a rookie this year, will actually be skydiving into this race. Right over at the start-finish line behind our camera person, he will land and be introduced in one swift motion. That's never been done. It's all unprecedented, and this is the number 66 Toyota that Matt will be driving. He's a local boy, so if you're from Las Vegas and you want to cheer for somebody, here's a guy you could cheer for, Matt Jaggers.
Yeah, winds were a little gnarly.
You got to be exhilarated.
You know, the exhilaration isn't from the skydive, and it was, you know, because I've done that a lot. It was the fact that we just pulled this off. You know, I mean, this has been 4 months in the making. The guy holding the microphone knows because he helped do a lot of it. It was a big journey to get all the permission and to have a perfect weather day. The fact that we just pulled off something it's so hard to do something that's never been done before these days. Yeah. So to be the first NASCAR driver to ever skydive into his own race successfully, safely, at his hometown race, I don't know if anybody will ever do that again.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, and it's a little poetic considering the ups and downs your season has had. You were literally on top of another car at one track, right?
You know, I've only done, 7 attempts, only 5 races in NASCAR. I think this will be my sixth if my math is correct. And there were ups and downs, both literally and figuratively. Up on top of cars, not making the races, having amazing, good races, and then jumping out of a helicopter. It just kind of, summarizes this entire short season of this crazy adventure we've had. So yeah.
And well, good luck to local guy Matt Jaskell. We hope you do great in the race.
Thank you.
And we're all rooting for you.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Mike, for bringing us that story. We'll have more, including your health, right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, a Cleveland Clinic study found that patients who regularly use steroid nasal sprays are less likely to develop a severe case of COVID-19. It also reduces the risk of hospitalizations, ICU admission, and death.
It does not mean that people should use it to treat COVID-19 or to prevent COVID-19. You need a randomized controlled trial to do that, and an approval by the FDA. So until then, that's not indicated to treat COVID-19.
Dr. Joe Zane is a pulmonologist for Cleveland Clinic and one of the lead authors on the study. He says they analyzed data from more than 72,000 adults within the Cleveland Clinic health system from April of last year to March of this year. They found that patients who used intranasal corticosteroids prior to COVID-19 illness were 22% less likely to be hospitalized, 23% less likely to be admitted to the intensive care unit, and 24% less likely to die from COVID-19 during hospitalization. Dr. Zane says since the nose is the main entry point for the virus, it's important to wear your mask properly.
So most frequently you see people having a mask like this and their nose is not covered. The nose is the most important part and they should cover it. So you always have to have the mask like this. Otherwise, there is no point of using a mask.
Dr. Zane says they're still trying to understand why exactly the nasal sprays help reduce severity of disease. However, it appears they decrease the ACE2 receptors in the nose, making it harder for the virus to enter cells and spread.
Well, for this Friday edition of Save a Pet, we're back out in the yard at Desert Haven Animal Society. That's where we find Darby O'Donnell, who's hanging out with Dakota.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Dakota. Dakota is an adult male heeler mix. Blue heeler, gorgeous coloring, typical blue heeler colors where it's like that grayish blue color and then the black spots all over their back. He actually has a little bit of beige on his nose, and he's just super cute doggy. Standard size of a heeler. The only thing is that he is a heeler mix, so he actually has some long hair. Very, very cute little guy. He has a lot of energy. If you know anything about heelers, they are actually herding dogs, so they do need a lot of room to run or to play or anything. He seems very interested in a tennis ball, and he's just a little sweetheart. He does go, and he's very, very, very attached to the people here at Desert Haven. Heelers do have a tendency to become very attached to their families, so when you're here and you meet him in the yard, realize that he is going to get very attached to you once you adopt him. He's just attached to the people who feed him here because that is his pack right now. If you want to come and see Dakota or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call, 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
I know we're looking outside. We got Darby and Josh's sequel wedding this weekend, but we also have that Ram event. We're going to find out from John Kohler what's in store.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. Happy Friday. Yes, it's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, tuned up, ready for the weekend. And let's take a look at the weather scores, jumping right into it. Look at this, mid-70s from Fernley all the way down to basically Goldfield. Beatty, you're looking at about 82 degrees. And look at those low temperatures at night. All up north, you're rapidly approaching freezing temperatures. Good time to get the vegetables harvested and in. Amargosa, Las Vegas, you're looking at mid to higher 80s. Out in Death Valley, it's super pleasant at 96 degrees. Currently here in the Paradise Prump, we're looking at 82 degrees as our temperature. 84 just a little bit earlier. That's very moderate. South-southwesterly winds to 4 miles per hour as the sun rose this morning in all its glory and promise with a hope for a new day. 6:39 a.m. It extinguishes all hope this evening at 6:27 p.m. It's going to be a great sunset this evening. I'm looking forward to it on a Friday. Low tonight, 53 degrees as we head on towards morning. And as we head on into the weekend, what do we got? Sunshine. Yay. Hooray. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sunshine. Wonderful. When does it get wrecked? About Monday. Temperatures also dipping down. We're going to start the week about 90 degrees, end up in the mid-70s come Friday. So, yeah, it's starting to feel like fall a little bit. Enjoy the last gasp of summer this weekend. Maybe get out to the pool one last time and just enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be great. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks, John. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.